everybody, so in the last video we left off basically at this point. So we had the furniture done, we had a couple of overlays done, and I promised you guys I'd show you how to get it in game. So we're gonna go over that real quick. I will do a separate video on how to get custom tiles and stuff into the game as well. Not part of this series, so if you have watched that, you don't have to do this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it tutorial video 02 .png because this is the second video I did for this. Now it's 02. Of course, name your file whatever you want. Just keep it. I just try to keep your stuff organized, not like this over here, but more like in folders and whatever. So I save that out, and I am going to hop over to my other screen for a bit. Let's give me a second. Drag that in here. So in here we have tutorial video 02. So I'm going to copy that and put that into my 2x folder. So in your project Zomboid modding tools, there should be tiles, and in there should be a 2x folder. Throw it in there. That is the step to get it in the editor. We've done that a couple times now. That should be, you know, easy. Now you go back out, and I do this inside my tiles folder. You don't have to put it inside your tiles folder. You can put it wherever you want on your computer, but I like to keep it all, you know, local and in the same spot. And you make a new folder and you call it something like mod pack maker or something, you know, along those lines. Mine is called Dirk's Tilepalooza pack maker because my mod is Dirk's Tilepalooza that I later renamed to Daddy Dirk's Tiles. So just name it whatever, just so you can keep track of it, and be sure to throw it in there as well. So just to check, we have this file, this image, with just the shelves and the overlays set in one image in this folder. And that's all you're gonna need. So then you're gonna head back over to TileEd. You can actually close this one. And what you're gonna do is go to Tools, and then you have the drop down .pack file. So you're gonna go create .pack file. Now, save .pack file as, well, usually I save it as Dirk's Tilepalooza, but let's save it as something else. Let's do tutorial video, and not two, and just call it pack. Like that. That's good enough. Then you're gonna say, where do I get the images from? Well, usually I get them from Dirk's Tilepalooza pack maker, but in this case we're gonna grab the mod pack maker folder, select that entire thing. I'm gonna turn off the other one because I don't want to have to worry about that, and just keep this one. And then for .tile floors, you can pack solid floors into a different pack. We're not going to go over that in this video because it's not relevant, so I'm just going to get rid of those. And we're going to hit OK, and it's going to read. Sorry, what? But I told you not to grab those. Get rid of you entirely. Let's do this again. So we're gonna go into this tutorial pack. Let's do .pack just to be sure. Yeah, we're gonna add the folder that you're gonna use to grab the tiles. Oh, actually, I think you need to keep those in, but whatever. Hit OK. There we go. So now we have a tutorial_pack.pack file. I'm gonna turn that into lowercase t. So I like back in my noob days, I tried to open this in Photoshop. That's why it has a Photoshop icon. Yours probably doesn't have an icon. But to make sure if it works, you don't have to do this if you are certain of it. You can open pack viewer and then actually go in and open the pack and see how it's packed. And you can see all your nice stuff located in your pack. And that's how you know that it works for sure. So it's a pack. That's good because the .pack file is the one that's used to load the images visually in game. But that's not all that we're gonna need. We're also gonna need tile definitions, or tile properties. So you can go to Tools, tile properties, and this screen should pop up. I'm gonna create a new one, and to keep it all local for the tutorial, I'm gonna put it in the same folder, but again, this file at this point doesn't really matter. And you're gonna name it something that you wanna name it. I'm gonna do tutorial, again, shouldn't do. It is like lowercase sensitive or uppercase, whatever. So make sure you stick to one and keep it organized, keep it all in one line. Tutorial tile def should be fine. As long as you don't give it the original name that the game uses, like tile definitions, it'll be fine. If you use the same name, it's gonna override all the vanilla stuff, and you don't want that to happen, because then you're breaking a whole bunch of stuff. Save, hit this one, go to tutorial video 2, there we go. And it should add it, didn't. Alright, I should check the box like a, sane person, there we go. Hit OK, and then it loads up into our little screen here, which is beautiful, and now we can actually start to work with it. Now how does this work? You have all your tiles laid out. In this case we don't have that many. We can click on it, on any or multiple tiles, and then we can change the properties. Now this is going to be a shelf, and there are a whole bunch of settings that I'm not going to cover in this video, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to create or set it as blocks placement, so you can't place items as a player on this tile. Scroll down a little bit and make it a container, and let's call it shelf, because I think that's an official term for this video. I'm not going to go into that either. And then the container capacity, I'm going to set it to 30. I think that's going to be good. Let's see if we do solid transparent. Tile block style means, can the player walk through this? And then is it visible? Can the player look through it? So solid would mean this is completely blocking the vision. As solid transparent, being pretty obvious for this one because it's quite open, means the player can actually look through the item. And this is basically all you need to set to have a nice container. But of course there's way more settings, like it's movable, and the settings below it will make sure that the player can pick it up and move it around, or that you can actually scrap it, into different materials so you can break it down. That's all fun stuff to play around with. Not something we're gonna do right now. We're just gonna try and get this in game. So I'm gonna hit save, and for the overlays we don't need to set anything else, at least not in this screen. When you close this down, if you go to tools, there is a overlays option, and then you have container overlays and other overlays. So container overlays are the overlays like in bookshelves that the books visually spawn when there's an item inside of the shelves, and other overlays are like the dishes in the sinks or the pillows on the couches. Now in this case, of course, we're going to do it with a container overlay. Gonna load. Now we're going to look for our tutorial video 02. I'm going to create a new one. Let's put it on the same thing. So you don't call it world filler. If you call it world filler Lua, it's going to overwrite the existing world filler, and we don't want that. We're going to do tutorial world filler, and that should be fine. I'm going to add an entry, which is this one, and then we're going to move this over a little bit. I'm going to add the overlays. So for some reason it is the full version first and then the empty version afterwards. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. And there we go. We can save this out if it allows me to save it. Why is it not? I'll just do it. Oh, there's no shortcut. Alright, you have to do it manually. File save it out, and that's that. So now we have all the files that we need to make our little adventure work. So what next? Well, we need to create a mod. So we're gonna go into my folder again, and we're gonna go into, I do it in workshop because then I can upload it to the workshop. By default you can do it in your personal directory on your computer, so users, then my username, then Zomboid, and then in there you have mods. These are local, so if you put them in here, you're not going to be able to upload it to the workshop, but they work just fine. If you put it in a workshop folder, you need to do a little bit more stuff, but then it'll work. So I'm not going to go into depth about how to set up your mod structure for this stuff. Actually, let's go over it real fucking quick. Alright, so I'm going to share a template with you guys, and it's just an add-on on the template that I have for the map that I make. Basically it just includes a couple more folders, and with that you should be good to go in regards to setting up your pack and your tiles. So I'm gonna rename it, or maybe I should just call it the same thing, but this is gonna be the same. The only thing that should change is in your mod.info there should be a reference to the pack file that we made and a reference to the tile definitions file with a number that should be between 100 and 8,000. This is a number that you pick. You can basically pick whatever. The only thing that can cause an issue if some other tile pack has the same tile definition as yours. If you are on the Discord, it's probably wise to ask. I think actually I don't remember which user was keeping a list of all the chosen numbers, but I mean between 100 and 8,000 there's a lot of room, so you should probably be safe in whatever you choose. Don't pick 7,001, that's mine. I have no clue what other people use. So that's all you need to do for your mod.info in regards to getting the tiles in game. Now in the media folder there is going to be a texture packs folder. That's where you throw in your pack. Of course the name needs to be, you know, the same as the one you put in the mod.info. Back in the media folder there should be your tile definitions. Again, the name should, you know, be the same so the mod.info can actually find the appropriate file. And if you have an overlays full file, you go into Lua, servers, items, and then in there you throw your well, I call it world filler, because that's what vanilla called it. So I use this. I try to use the same naming conventions. In this case, I call it tutorial_worldfiller.lua. You put this in there, and you don't need to reference this in your mod.info. This just works if you put it in here. If it doesn't work, hop on Discord, and you know we can figure things out, or somebody else can jump in and help you out. But that's basically all you need to do for your mod. I'll upload this template so you guys can just grab this and use it for your own stuff. Now you could go in game and you won't be able to see anything because your tiles are not going to be drawn anywhere. So what we're going to do is open world ed, grab my tutorial world that's been also a testing ground for my tiles, and go in there and check it out, put some objects in there, and then play with it. Alright, we're in Thailand. We have our beautiful little world here, and we're gonna look for our tile sheet, and it's not there. So what do you do then? You go to Tools, Tile Sets, hit the little plus, and it's gonna say, do you really want to add all these tiles? You're gonna say, yeah. In this case, it adds a whole fucking bunch of them because I added way more after making the world, but we're gonna look for this specific one. And we can just go in and plop this down on furniture. And there's a good chance that it's not going to spawn any furniture outside. So we're going to also make a little test building to put down to have it actually spawn in there, which it should be doing in this one. So this is my test building, and it just has a whole bunch of, whoa, there we go. Whole bunch of my tiles that I can use to test it. It's very simple. I do recommend you all do something similar so you can test out your tiles rather quickly. I'm gonna put them over there and just put a couple, I don't know, wherever. Let's put them over there. Save this out, go back to world ed. We have them outside, we have them inside. We're gonna go save this, go back to the world and do generate lots. That's good. Hit apply. Oh no, don't hit apply. Hit okay. There we go. 3 rooms. Or 3 buildings, couple rooms, and then we do the whole shebang to get that into the actual game again. So I have my stuff over here. I'm going to go into lots. I'm going to copy all this to my mods, tile test mod. No, not that one. No. Where is it? I think it's here. Test map mod, contents, media, tile test map, maps. There we fucking go. Up, copy that in there. Should be good. I'm gonna boot up the game and see how that goes. Right, it's time for the big reveal. There we go, in game. Click that away. But you can see our shells are spawning, so that's great, and they should function as containers. That's cool, but there's nothing in there, so let's hop on inside and see if actually work. And there we go, we got our overlays. There's not a lot of stuff in there, but you know, they work. We can take it out and then it disappears. And let's grab just a whole bunch of stuff so we can actually load them up a little bit more. And I thought it was weight based, so we should do actually grab a whole bunch of stuff to test it out, and then throw all that shit in there again. As you can see, there's already items in there, and hopefully we can trigger the bigger overlay. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. That's cool. And that's how you get your tiles in the game, set up overlays, make your mod, and you know, all the stuff to make them work. As always, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, like and subscribe. If you really like the videos, you can head over to my Patreon and support me that way. And I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope you have a very, very nice day.